Welcome to another Christmas movie review from Twin Opinion. I'm Carl Asami.
And I'm Max Cal.
And today we're talking A Merry Mirthworm Christmas.
Because nothing gets you in the holiday spirit like fish bait.
Perennial Pictures Film Corporation is a name that's unknown to most people, me included. On the outside, they seem like a typical small animation studio. But this little company has been around since 1979, producing shorts and specials for major TV networks, with Christmas being their most common theme. I mean, just look at this. There's more Christmas specials here than Doctor Who. Our first introduction to them came in the form of a 7-minute short for Cartoon Network's What a Cartoon block. It was called Oh Rats and Rat in a Hot Tin Can.
I was surprised when I discovered this connection, but we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Perennial Pictures was founded by G. Brian Reynolds and Russ Harris. Jerry Reynolds was a fan of Fletcher Studios and Hanna-Barbera growing up, and at the age of 14, he wrote a letter to Bill Hanna, receiving an autographed Flintstone cell in return. We can only hope that it came from the cigarettes commercial.
It still tastes good like a cigarette should.
With this gift, Jerry was inspired to pursue a career in animation.
Russ Harris didn't even consider cartoons as a career path at first, as he originally had interest in live-action filmmaking. But he also had a soft spot for Hanna-Barbera, and it was after meeting Reynolds in 1976 that he realized the opportunities animation had. Plus, it's a lot easier to direct animated characters as opposed to real-life people. Isn't that right, Señor X?
Their first outing was a preschool educational show, Scuttlemutt, produced for a local TV station in Detroit. A show so obscure, even the creators practically forgotten about it. This was the best image their own website provides. Soon after, they began working on a new creation, starring humanized worms. This gave birth to the Mirthworm Trilogy, starting with today's subject matter, A Merry Mirthworm Christmas. The holiday is an easy theme to tackle, and if a depressing character like Charlie Brown or a blind dingbat like Mr. Magoo can score Christmas hits, so can they.
Production started in 1981 with a rather small team and budget, with Anchor Bay Entertainment providing extra funding to keep them afloat. Meanwhile, their third partner and business manager, Mike Ruggio, negotiated a contract with a New York distributor to air the special for the Showtime network. It would finally debut on December 14th, 1984.
All three Mirthworm cartoons were released on VHS by Family Home Entertainment, while Castlevision admitted Mirthworms on stage for their UK release. Then, in 2006, Australia received 2 Mirthworm specials on DVD by MRA Entertainment. So let's see how truly merry this special is.
That's right, Max. Let's go digital with A Merry Mirthworm Christmas on Amazon Prime.
After the opening credits, we are greeted by our worm narrator.
Hi, I'm Wilbur Diggs. This is where I live.
But the film isn't too committed to the idea of a narrator, so it's never used again. I guess they thought this opening animation was too boring without narration, but then why isn't it used for the rest of the story?
Because this movie is really boring.
More on that later.
This is where I live. It's a small town called Wormingham. A very small town, since most of the Mirthworms...
Okay, I already have a question. What the hell is a Mirthworm?
Well, Carl, they made it up. According to the Oxford Dictionary...
Yeah, screw you, Webster.
Mirth means amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. Well, they certainly have a gimmick, as long as it doesn't fall into Smurfs territory, that is.
Christmas time in Wormingham is usually full of good cheer and fun, but the year Burt Worm moved into town, our Christmas looked like it was going to be less than merry.
We haven't even met the main character yet, and they're already painting a rather bleak picture. Give the guy a chance.
Wilbur, Merry Christmas!
Well, Crystal Crawler.
Now see, this is what I love about animation. This is what a worm is supposed to look like, and yet they were able to turn this into this, laying the groundwork for Team 17's Worm franchise.
Wormeline Wiggler's auditioning soloists for the big Christmas celebration tonight. You're coming, aren't you?
Oh, I'll be there. I'm coming with my next door neighbor, Burt Worm. He's new in Wormingham.
Crystal Crawler is voiced by ink and paint supervisor Rachel Rutledge. In fact, nearly the entire voice cast were done by members of the team, including these two guys, and Peggy Nicholson, who went on to become a hairstylist for Hollywood. The only professional actor hired for this special is, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Mika Matthewadakis, who's probably best known for her role in the 1998 film The Talent. Because she has the most talent.
Don't know any good singers, do you?
Don't know of any good actors, do ya?
Okay, to be honest, the voice acting isn't terrible. It's way better than most first-time actors.
Well, Isaac, I guess we should go see what Burton wants this time.
The Mirth Worms are putting together a Christmas celebration, and they're in need of a singer. Auditions held by Wormeline Wiggler are not going well.
Stop that horrible screeching! Isn't there a worm in this town who can carry a tune?
Looking at the voice cast, there doesn't appear to be.
And she has a lackey, Teddy Toddlers. As his last name suggests, he's at his best when he keeps his mouth shut.
If I intend to be chairworm next year, everything has got to be perfect this year.
No, Bert! Don't try to carry them all at once!
Ah, here's our main star, Burt Worm.
Who is that?
He's nice.
No, Bert, we can do it.
Clumsiness aside, these Mirthworms are supposed to be roughly 2 inches tall. Where the hell did they find a tree like this? Realistically, their Christmas shrub should look like this.
If that bumpkin keeps me from being chairworm next year...
She's up to something. Oh, she's planning something dastardly.
Hey, son, how'd you like to help me?
Oh, yes, sir. You just tell me what you want me to do.
Well, I got some painting to do over here, and I need a ladder. Think you can manage it?
Yes, sir.
Good. I think I see one over there.
Thank you, sir.
You know, God bless Wilbur. He's like a dad who doesn't want his 4-year-old to feel left out, so he asks the kid to hand him a hammer that's already within arm's reach. They get a pat on the head, and everyone's happy. And yet, Bert still somehow manages to screw things up.
Young worm, this celebration is the most important thing that happens in Wormingham. You are the fly in the ointment, and you have just worn out your welcome.
Honestly, it's not really an evil plan when she already has a good reason to fire him.
I'm sorry, Teddy.
Just go! And since you can't contribute anything, don't bother to come back!
I wish I can say the same for you.
Wormeline Wiggler, that was a mean thing to do.
Nonsense! He had it coming. We all get what we have coming.
God damn. This bucket of paint produces...
More red than the Virgin Mary.
Oh, Carl! This is a G-rated special.
Oh, sorry. I'll try to keep this in the G spot.
So, it's Christmas night, but Bert isn't feeling very merry, or mirthy. Is it mirthy? Is mirthy a word?
Well, the Oxford Dictionary says it is.
Yeah!
It's happened before.
You've done this before.
It's happened again.
How many Christmases have you ruined?
At least no one can say I didn't try.
As he sings a song about putting in so much effort no one could possibly accuse him of not trying, Bert decides to run away from home. But not before a visit from Crystal, who listens to the song.
I'll do the best I can until the day I die.
Well, you are a worm, so about 4 years at best.
Doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be grand, just a place where I know I can lend a hand. At least no one can say I didn't try.
Where is he taking that kid? What kind of daydream is this?
After the song, Crystal knocks at the door.
Just a minute.
Did he mean a literal minute?
This special is chock full of pacing problems like this. Crystal tries to invite Burt to the Christmas party, but he bemoans about not going due to his mess-ups and not fitting in.
Someone said that since I couldn't contribute anything, I shouldn't even bother to come. You go on without me.
Oh, Burt, I'm sure there's been a mistake.
This can't possibly be the plot to the whole Christmas special. That would be really boring. Well, I'm a really boring guy, so...
I'll stay here with you. We can have our own Christmas celebration.
I don't feel much like celebrating, Crystal.
Dude, you're trying to find a reason to stay. The single lady wants to spend the night with you on Christmas Eve, and you're not going to take her up on the offer?
Then at least no one can say I didn't try.
Yes! Yes, they can!
Rejected and forlorn, Crystal agrees to leave Burt alone.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This special has more walking than the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Carl, they didn't want that backdrop to go to waste. She had to walk across.
This is a special about worms. There shouldn't even be walking.
So Burt initiates his plan to run away from home. This is how a child would react. He can't just walk away from his responsibilities. The house is presumably under his name. I guess the poor landlord doesn't get any rent at the end of the month.
Alright, Burt, where's my money? I know you're in there. No self-respecting adult would actually run away from home over a Christmas party. Seriously, they're gonna turn off my heater if I don't pay my electricity bill. Freezing my balls out here.
Meanwhile, the Mirthworms are enjoying themselves in the festivities. Food, drinks, music, dance. Wait, music? No, really, look at this scene. This transition indicates the sound source coming from inside the building. But there's no one performing on stage. So where's the music coming from? We probably have to watch Mirthworms on stage to find that one out. So Wormeline grows concerned, as she wants the party to go smoothly to impress the mayor, but then Crystal gets on stage. You're 2 specials ahead of the script, Crystal. Deal with Christmas first.
My friend Burt was supposed to come with me tonight, only now he won't be.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh? You told him not to come.
Miss Crawley, this is hardly the time or place.
He was making a mess, Crystal, ruining everyone's hard work.
So you can see we were perfectly justified. Maestro, please, a little music.
Not so fast, Wormeline.
Mr. D!
We don't have a maestro. We already have an empty stage for that.
I can't let the mayor see this. Go outside and stall him.
Crystal preaches to everyone how Burt wanted to fit in, plus the spirit of Christmas and junk. This is enough for the town to feel bad for the guy.
Burt deserves a second chance.
I say we go get him.
Burt almost killed you.
Every citizen of Birmingham is welcome at this celebration.
I want to know who said that.
Because there's something seriously wrong with your voice. He sounds like he lives inside walrus blubber that's also underwater.
Oh, and as chairwoman for this event, I feel it is my responsibility to right the shameful wrong. I'll send Teddy for him.
Teddy's not here, Wormeline.
Wormeline and Teddy banter for a bit as everybody reaches Burt's house. They discover his runaway note, which sparks a search party.
You go back and tell the mayor we have to start search parties. I'll catch up in a minute. Bags, you, Teddy, and Wormeline go together and check the south end of town.
Now, just a minute.
You heard me. Now hop to it.
Well.
Well, what?
The search for Burt kicks into full gear, but the power of the storm and the volume of the musical score hinders their efforts.
Hey, Burt.
Why would you bring a child into a blizzard?
You see, Carl, every citizen of Wormingham is welcome to a search party. We are a very inclusive community.
Don't go back now. We might not make it. But I just can't leave without him.
She leaves without him. Unable to find Burt, everybody returns to the town hall. With nothing to celebrate, you can say that the worms have lost their mirth. Ow.
Burt was probably a very nice young worm. I just wish we'd taken the time to find out.
Yeah, it would have been cool to know anything about the main character of this film. Maybe we would actually care about what happens to him. Like, seriously, what do we actually know about Burt Worm?
He's nice.
Do you think he made it to where he was going?
Well, he's probably dead, so I guess you could say he made it to where we're all going.
Oh, that sweet thing, she's taking this very hard.
Oh, what's wrong with Crystal?
Well, she was very close to Burt!
They risked the lives of half the town to search for Burt because he was acting like a child and he wasn't even in any danger? I would be so pissed.
If I wasn't trying to impress the mayor, why, look! Everyone's back!
As Wormeline acts nice towards Burt, everybody apologizes for not making him feel welcome. Despite this, he still finds something to moan about.
But I can't contribute anything.
Get over yourself, dude! Fortunately, Crystal drags everybody towards the stage to show what Burt can do, but not before this final exchange between Wormeline and the mayor.
I was devastated by the shameless way those nasty worms treated him.
You can stop trying to deceive me, Miss Wiggler. Tonight I saw the real you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs!
Now by rights, I should remove you as chairworm. But as my Christmas gift to you, I'm going to give you something you didn't give Burt Worm. A second chance.
She gave Burt 3 chances, with the third one almost resulting in death.
You see, Carl?
No, I don't see. I know you're trying hard to paint her as the villain, but I kinda side with Wormeline here. She's not the one who almost got someone killed. She's not the one who tried to run away from her responsibilities. She's not the one who brought a baby into a blizzard.
Since they already used up their one song, they had to resort to Christmas covers.
I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thankfully, this version doesn't have any pudding in it, so the crowd loves him and he's declared soloist of the choir.
Sing something else, son.
Deck the halls with
Public domain.
I'm hungry.
And that was a Merry Mirthworm Christmas, a rather underwhelming special. It's nice.
The biggest problem here really is the lack of character development. Crystal and Burt would have been a lot more interesting if we actually saw them developing their friendship instead of just being told they're good friends. They literally have one scene alone together in the entire special. And the whole concept of Burt messing up a couple times and wanting to run away isn't exactly the drama of the century.
So yeah, it's a pretty boring Christmas special with a rather flimsy premise, but to be perfectly honest, there's just something about it that's kind of endearing. The character designs are cute enough, featuring a nice amount of variation.
Certainly more variety than the Smurfs.
And the animation isn't too shabby either, with reasonably expressive characters and voice acting that's surprisingly good considering that most of the cast were amateurs.
In addition, the one original song in this special manages to not be horrible. A Christmas miracle when it comes to budget cartoons. This is a movie your mom is gonna find adorable, and it should keep the children's attention. What more can you ask for in a 20-minute cartoon?
I don't know, maybe if the characters weren't paper thin or so dull.
But, Max, at least no one can say they didn't try.
I gave it all I had. Now what's left is just goodbye. the best I can until the day I die. Then at least no one can say I didn't try.